to be lonely on farmersonly.com.
It's been a minute since we made one of those references.
Yeah, absolutely right. You've reached the Brohio podcast. We're not here to take your call right now. Leave a message and we'll call you back later. I'm just kidding. It's Sunday night, which means you guys probably have this here in a little bit. I think we'll probably put it out tonight because tomorrow's not a holiday.
Yeah.
The one thing that's going on right now, I'm stone cold sober. I got barbecue sauce in my chest, had dinner with my parents and my wife. We went to the movies last night.
Yeah.
Later down, made sweet love to her afterwards.
Same.
Just
not to your wife, but to mine.
Yeah, thank you.
That would have been a little awkward.
Yeah. I haven't pulled out in about 12 years, to be honest with you.
Amen, brother.
I couldn't pull out of a fucking driveway right now if I wanted to. I'm not about that shit.
Yeah. I'm not about having kids either, so it's...
So for all you guys out there dreaming about having sex with us, just know that...
Yeah, you know what you're getting whenever you sign up for it.
My couch pulls out, but I don't, okay?
Exactly.
We saw it, too.
Yeah, we did.
Both of us.
Yep. Separately.
Separately.
Yep.
Shit my pants a little bit a couple times.
It was really good. It was really good. Some really good jump scares, so...
Listen to this, dude.
Okay, I'm listening.
This movie theater that we were in.
Yeah.
Probably about... if I had to guess... I'm going to say about 83, 84 degrees inside the theater.
Oh, God.
I thought I was having a medical emergency.
Did you go to the Green?
Yes.
Okay. We went to Huber, so there was a whole nother situation going on there.
Okay. I've heard a long time ago they had bed bugs.
No, dude. I don't know what the fuck was going on. I don't know if it was a bunch of kids that were sneaking into the movie theaters, but they had security at the door and then security after the door. And like there was a bunch of group of, and I don't know if they were racially profiling, but every single group of little black kids that came in there, they were kicking them out.
Jesus God.
Yeah.
You probably thought you were about to get shot by some guy with an orange wig or something.
I don't know what the deal was, but I think they caught some people that were sneaking into movies. Because there was a lot of people just walking around like outside, and they were just kicking them out. And I was like, "What the fuck is going on, man?"
I've never snuck into the movies before.
Me neither.
Pay that shit, man.
Yeah,
pay it forward.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Fuck. I thought it was too long. I thought the movie was too long.
It did last a really long time. I was surprised by
that. Especially when you're on the brink of a heat stroke.
Mm-hmm.
My wife looked at me when she went, "Oh my God!" and she got up and she ran out of the theater. I said, "Great. She knows I'm dying. She's going shopping for someone else." She brought me back an icy.
That's awesome.
And I laid on it. I didn't drink it. I just put it between my neck fat and my chin and just laid there like I was holding an old school phone against my shoulder and my chin.
Right.
Let's tell them about our new Patreon subscribers, Rob Dog.
Sure. You want me to start out?
Yeah, do
fuck it. Why not? Zachariah, thank you very much, you son of a bitch.
J-Bone83. J-Bone. We appreciate you, big J-Bone.
Michelle Walsh, who has a very suggestive picture, and I thought
it is what it is.
Is that not a little bit,
Yeah, it is. It's fine.
It's okay.
Enjoy it.
You do what you want to do, girl.
Luke Floyd. No, Luke Lloyd. Luke Lloyd. I like that name. Luke Lloyd.
It's pretty good.
He's probably a big-time country artist.
That does sound like a country artist name.
Yeah. You can find me at the bottom of a deck tailgate. I don't give a fuck about anyone. Let's get this thing farted. It's my kind of hard-on.
That's pretty good.
That's Brad Paisley.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Whatever you say, man.
Yeah.
Last but not least, Ashley Flott.
I believe I just flotted.
That sounds like a fish that nobody wants to eat. No offense. I'm sorry.
I pulled up my butt cheek and I ripped a big old flot. You'd like to join us.
We love you, Miss Flott.
And if you would like to join us on Patreon, go to patreon.com/Brohio Podcast. Speaking of Patreon,
let's make fun of your name. That's what we do. You sign up for a Patreon. You're so gracious to give us money, and we just butcher and make fun of your names.
Now something we forgot last week.
The
download that disappeared. Backwoods Barcast.
Uh-huh.
Let's put it in there real quick.
Sure, put it in.
Good evening, ma'am.
Hey, y'all.
What can I do you for?
Can I have a glass of Chardonnay?
I'm sorry, darling. We don't serve that here.
Any Merlot?
I'm pretty sure you don't want these feet going nowhere near them grapes.
Alrighty, how about a craft beer?
Oh, yeah. We got plenty of crap beer. Which one you want?
No, not crap beer. Craft beer.
Oh, no, hell no. I'm pretty sure the bar down the street serves that.
Okay, well, what do you serve?
I'm glad you asked. Welcome to the Backwoods Barcast. We serve up moonshine, cheap beer, bottom shelf liquor, and stories even harder to swallow. Join Nick.
And Brittany.
And the janitor, Steven, as we discuss Southeastern mysteries and mayhem, including but not limited to UFOs, true crime, the paranormal, and much more. So knock 4 times, grab a stool, let the bar talk commence, and as always, drink more beer.
That's the Backwoods Barcast.
Yeah, so now you can see what we were missing out on last week.
Incredible promo there with those good. And I started. I think I started to say this in the beginning. I'm stone cold sober. Rob is partially sloshed right now.
Yeah, I'm pretty good. I've been drinking all day.
That's my guess.
Yeah,
is he's partially sloshed.
I'm pretty fucking good right now, man.
I'm all jacked up on. Well, my wife fed him when he got here, so he's got a belly full of ribs.
Yeah, I'm good
like
now.
me.
I got a full belly. I had an empty stomach beforehand, but
oh yeah, you're good then.
I've hit a few. I've hit a little bit of the sauce today. It's all right.
That's all right.
My sinuses have been fucking up. My throat's been messing up a little bit because.
Imagine how these people feel. These Amish people we're going to be talking about in this episode.
Man, they got more problems than throat problems.
Seeing the way those women look there in Amish country, they definitely have some throat problems if I was around.
I'd appreciate me a good hairy leg.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, I do want to say I want to get sentimental for a second.
Sure.
It's been a good few weeks for us. We've had a lot of new people. I think the Clinton episode brought in a lot of new people.
Oh yeah.
There's some people meeting us that don't like us.
A lot of 1-star reviews.
Not really.
I saw quite a few on there like, these people obviously have an agenda. Like we said at the beginning of the episode, we didn't have any fucking affiliates or affiliation with any type of like leaning.
My political affiliation is Austin 316.
Right.
Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass. That's my political affiliation. DTA. No,
Stone Cold ET.
There's people that write us all the time and say, hey, you're getting me through some tough times.
Yeah.
We appreciate that.
That's
man.
awesome.
Now, been a rough couple weeks, and some days I'm just like, I don't know how I'm going to make it through today and get to tomorrow. But I just want to say to everybody listening, it's tomorrow right now. Yesterday was yesterday. Tomorrow's right now. Today's the day. We made it past that point when we were like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it through this day. We made it through the day. Here we are. So, keep pushing forward. A lot of people out there are having a hard time, man.
And let's all face it, being an adult sucks. It fucking blows. It can have really cool points, but then and that's the thing, like with us as a human, we tend to dwell on the negative shit way too much.
Absolutely right. It's hard.
It's okay.
Man.
You'll make it through. You'll be all right.
Rob and I are just like you. We're dirt poor. We have a lot of fucking problems.
We got 3 teeth between the two of us.
At least 3, and
half of a dick.
And one of those was in my shit last night. Don't ask me how. There was just a tooth in my turd.
Hey, it happens.
Half a dick, you said?
Yeah, half a dick between the two of us.
That's saying an awful lot right there. But keep pushing on. It gets. I don't know if it necessarily gets better.
Yeah,
but there's people around you that love you.
Find something that can make you kind of forget about the shitty monotony of your day. That's what we kind of try to like to be there for.
That's what we're doing. We're trying to break it up for you, not make it as shitty. It's still shitty.
Not have to worry about how your dog died last week or how you're about to lose your house or.
You want to, we talk about it being shitty. You may tell you a funny story about being shitty one time.
Sure, shit on me.
This is a true story.
Okay.
And sometimes I tell a lot of tales on this show.
You have a lot of good stories.
All of this stuff has legitimately happened to me. Nothing's ever been made. The Bill Wilkins stuff, that's a little bit fantasy.
That's neither here nor there.
But all the stories I tell are true.
Right.
The Hurricane Bob, when he tried to fuck me in the bathroom, that happened.
Yeah.
Fat camp,
that happened.
That happened.
Yeah.
All this stuff is true stories.
Jerk off lotion that you're hiding from your mom. Yeah.
Yes. I was oiling
your guitar strings.
My mom found some lube. She said, what's this for? Right next to the bed. Just ripped a big one out the night before. She said, what's this for? I said, that's for oiling my guitar strings. She said, what? I said, that's for jerking off, Mom. She said, I'm getting out of here. Another story about my mom real quick. This is the story I was going to tell you.
Lovely lady.
One of my things now is when you use a towel, hang the motherfucker up and use it again. It's good for however.
Okay.
But I didn't used to feel that way.
I don't feel that way, but that's still.
Use your towel, hang it up, And if it's your towel, that's okay. Use it twice. That's what I get out of a towel. Is about 2 uses.
Okay.
I dry off with one, but I don't try and saw my body in half with a dry towel.
Yeah.
Like, you know, some people like put.
You don't do the floss.
Yeah, I don't floss my dick crack and shit with it, so I'm good.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, my mom used to beat the shit out. She didn't beat the shit out of us. She would piss on. She'd piss on us and stuff. But she would say, reuse the fucking towels. I'm tired of all the goddamn laundry. Reuse the towels. You're drying off for 20 seconds. Hang them up. Use the towels again.
Okay.
She didn't really differentiate that these towels, okay, were for the person that used them. Use your own towel.
Yeah.
So then I said, God damn it, man. All these towels will be hanging up in the bathroom. So she wants to start reusing them. I'll fucking reuse them. I'm drying off, you know, I reach out on the door on the hanger and I grab the towel and I'm drying off and I put my face in the towel and I'm, you know, drying my face off. And I smell shit. Like raw shit, dude.
Okay. Straight up butthole.
No, not butthole. Okay. Poop. And I pull this pink towel away from my face. About 8 inches in diameter, there's a big old fucking brown burn mark. From where it looks like someone pooped in this towel and did like hands by the fire thing. You know, like you're like by the fire and like, ooh, and you rub your hands together. Look like someone put a turd in this towel.
It turned you into a brown
Try
noser.
to start a Boy Scout fire with it with a stick.
Yeah.
And I put my face right in this big blob of shit and dried my face off with it.
God.
And I said, God damn it. I'm like 13 or 14 years old. I fucking ripped the door open, just Tiny Pecker hanging out. And I said, Mom!
Who shit in the towel?
We can't keep using each other's towels. This is disgusting. And she said, You're supposed to use your own towel. Why? What's wrong? I said, someone shit on this towel. And my mom's like, which one is it? I said, it's the pink one. She's like, that's the one I picked up after you yesterday. Holy shit. I was like, bitch. What the fuck happened? What happened, you know? I don't remember what happened while I pooped in the towel.
I wasn't expecting that at all.
So I think probably someone hit me in the in-between. After I used it, my dad probably sat on it and dragged his ass across it like a dead slug. And that's how you got the big brown mark in the towel. So if you're one of those families out there that's reusing towels, be careful, okay?
Man.
I'm all for one for all when it comes to the environment. Let's save it. Let's keep the fucking plastic bottles out of the dolphins' dicks. All that stuff.
Yeah.
Save the hermit crabs. Save the whales.
Oh, man.
Be careful with them towels.
It gets dangerous.
My life motto, be careful with the bowels, be careful with the towels.
Hey.
Something to live by.
Absolutely.
True
words.
Pooped at a Costco today. Not the best pooping experience ever.
Okay.
The cracks between the divider and the door, probably 3 or 4 inches.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Little fucking kid in there, just one eye willying me, looking at me while I'm taking a shit. So
yeah.
Really uncomfortable, especially when you're trying to jerk off.
What's weird is that from when I didn't know, I was looking at this Reddit thread like a while back about things that people from like England or across the pond think is weird about American culture.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the ones was that our stall doors don't go all the way to the floor. And I guess their stall doors go all the way to the floor. So you can't see under it. And I'm like, that's fucking genius.
It is. It's good.
Why do we have a 2-foot gap between the floor and the bottom of our door in our public restrooms? I guess because our kids are a lot bigger assholes and we have to climb underneath them to unlock them.
Yeah, I was using a urinal one time and I looked down and this little kid had his head underneath the divider watching me piss from the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a little kid too. You probably 5 or 6.
That's happened to me before too. Just sitting there shitting and a kid trying to pick up there. I'm like,
little black kid too. I pulled back. I pissed all over him. I don't fucking care. Don't watch me piss. I know your mom's out there trying to see what my dick looks like. Not good. We're going to skip the article this week because we're 15 minutes in. What the article was, it was a Portland man who created a poop bomb to explode on ex-friend. He narrowly avoids prison.
Oh, okay.
So,
cool. We'll save that for next time, maybe.
We'll save that for next time.
Yeah, that's great.
We're covering Amish people.
Yeah.
Because they don't cover each other.
It's the salt of the world.
They're celibate. One thing you think about when it comes to Amish people is how wholesome, how pure these people are.
Beautiful beards.
Perfect beards. Big bushy beards.
Yeah.
But they fuck their sisters.
No mustaches, all beard.
No mustaches. And I explain all that in this. I did some research for the Amish episode.
All right.
But this isn't about the Amish people doing good stuff. This is when the Amish go bad, okay? This is going to be a fairly entertaining episode.
This is sexy.
There's a lot of weird stuff about the Amish. Some of you West Coasters that we have listening to the show, they don't see a lot of Amish people because it's mostly a Eastern thing, okay? There's not a lot of Amish people in California.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Just a bunch of people stomping on grapes to make wine there. And
hippies.
Amongst other things.
Yeah, a lot of hippies.
Okay. So we are... We're going to be covering the bad shit that the Amish people do. We're not talking about the TLCs breaking Amish, that crock of shit. That's fucking fake. That's a big old flaming ball of poop. These are legitimate crimes.
Excuse me.
Crimes against one another, crimes against humanity that we're going to be talking about via the Amish people here. So I never watched Breaking Amish.
Nah, me neither.
I know, but there is kind of a rite of passage when you come to that age in the Amish community. You can go off and do your own thing for a while to see if you want to leave the Amish community. And it's either Amish or Amish. I'm not sure. So you're going to hear me use both pronunciations to make sure I get it right the entire episode. Don't kill me over it. If you do want to kill me over it, leave us a 5-star review on iTunes. That really helps us out.
I would say Amish, because I think everybody knows them as Amish.
It's Amish. That's what I said, Amish.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's cover some of the strange facts about the Amish people, because they got a lot of weird stuff going on.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of, presumptions that people make about Amish people. Some not
misinterpretations.
A lot of it. So let's touch on their electricity first.
Okay, touch on it.
Gelassenheit. This is a German word. This German word means letting it be. Letting be, okay? So the earth should be used just as God intended it to be used. So when Thomas Edison climbed up the tree and he found electricity...
Okay.
Or Abraham Lincoln, whoever the fuck it was.
Yeah.
George Carver Washington, I don't know who it was. When he climbed up the tree and he discovered electricity, electricity is not the way God intended us to live on the earth. Okay? I drove past a church this morning and it was packed out to the fucking gills. And I said to myself, what makes that fucking God they're talking to over here any different than the Buddha God down the road here?
Yeah.
And it upset me. And we went through, my wife's like, what's wrong? I said, I'm just pissed off about this church stuff. What makes someone right and what makes the other person wrong? You know?
Yeah.
Maybe, and I would like for us to do an afterlife episode, because a lot of people have died and experienced things. Allegedly.
Right.
Okay? And speaking of passing away, one of our listeners passed away recently. He's one of the best family friends in my family. His name's JoJo. JoJo Howard was very active on the Butt Chuggers Anonymous closed group that's no longer around.
Still get messages about that. Listen to our last week's episode.
Yeah. So he loved the show. He never took his Brohio shirt off. He passed away, and we're thinking of his family. Thank you, JoJo, for all that. But he's known me since I was in diapers, man.
Right.
So if there is an afterlife, I hope he's kicking it and doing cool stuff. So we love you, JoJo.
Shoving Zima up his ass.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And he would do it too.
Yep.
He would definitely do it. So that's kind of their view on electricity. And then the beards. We get to the beards real quick. You think their faces are bushy. You should see their dicks, dude. They do not cut it down. And I've kind of reached that point right now where I really need to shave, because when I reach down to pee, I grab a handful of hair and hold it before I'm like, oh, that's what I pee with. And I start peeing, and I'm just peeing through my fist because I have a handful of hair and not my dick, because my hair sticks out a lot further than my dick.
Definitely don't have that problem, so you're on your own there, man.
Ooh-wee.
My ass might be hairy, but my dick sure ain't.
Oh, so I thought you were being like, I got a big old dick, and I don't ever have that problem.
No, I got a little dick, but don't have the hair problem.
Got a little dick, little hair.
Yeah, little dick, no hair. It's all right.
Let's touch on them beards real quick.
Let's touch them.
Again, let the shit go, because that's the way God intended it to be. Whenever he, and these are the views of the Amish people, when he created everything, he wanted us to be in all of our glory. He wanted the big old curly bushes, and he wanted the women to have, he wanted it to look like they had buckwheat and a leg lock, all that. If you make your rounds on the internet now, like, pubic hair is just as popular as no pubic hair.
God,
don't be like that.
Stop it.
It's good to, it's good for you.
No, it's not.
It is.
No, I'm a little whiny bitch when it comes to that.
It's just one more thing to hold on to if you feel like you're about to fall off.
Oh, God, no. I don't want anything to do with that.
You're out of your element right now.
I've done one thing, or messed around with one girl with pubes, and I will never do it again. You pick those things out of your teeth for a long time.
But she still comes to all your kids' birthday parties, and they call her grandma.
Shh. Stop it.
Yeah. So about the beards. Amish, they have the signature bald upper lip, which is completely fucking weird. That's because back in the 1800s, a mustache was a sign of wealth, or that a man was in the military. And to avoid that look...
What the fuck?
Well, you're probably wondering why I got this mustache. It's because I killed 47 Japanese in the jungle there. That's my family back at home. They call me Captain America. And that's why I have this mustache. If I didn't have a mustache and I had a beard, everyone would presume that I'm an Amish man. That's not what I want at all.
So weird.
It is a little bit weird. But that's why they keep their top lip bare and they keep the beard. And I just want to stop one of these guys when I see him at Buffalo Wild Wings or whatever and be like, hey, you look like a fucking dickhead with that. You wonder if anyone's ever told him that. Just said, hey, buddy, you look like a real fucking dickhead without that mustache. Grow the mustache out and you would have a really nice beard. Get you some beard oil. They have it at Walmart now. Put some smell good. They fucking stink too. I've been around them. They fucking stink.
The women do have a good collection of denim skirts, though.
Yeah, and I had an experience with an Amish family, and
and bonnets. They like their bonnets too. The women do.
Yeah,
they can't show their hair.
I will tell you all about this Amish experience I had here in a little later in the episode. Cool. Then there's the dolls. This is where it starts to get pretty weird. Some of you may have seen the faceless, creepy dolls that Amish kids play with.
Yeah.
Okay. Really fucking creepy, all right? But there's a pretty good reason behind this. It's actually kind of wholesome and pure why they don't put faces on these dolls. They intentionally leave the dolls faceless to teach their children that it doesn't matter how someone looks, what their nose looks like, if they're cross-eyed like Rob and I.
Very cross-eyed.
If they're cross-eyed like Rob Diggity Dangle Dog and the Delicious Nickalicious, we're fucked up.
There we are.
We're fucked up retards.
It's okay.
But in Amish country, it doesn't matter. They teach them. They say, kids play with these dolls with no face. Try and teach them a lesson.
Yeah, you ain't getting a Barbie. You're getting a faceless kid that's going to haunt your dreams forever.
Do you know how many times I dry humped a Barbie when I was a kid, Rob?
Oh, man. Those things are dangerous.
Not comfortable. Those panties don't come off of those things.
No, those heads can fit right up your ass, too.
They will. And they'll come off.
You got to pull it out by the pigtails.
Well, you got to use the actual Barbie because they leave the hair hanging out. You can still get it out.
Oh, that's good, yeah.
You use a Ken doll. You better eat something that's going to make you go, buddy.
Make sure you take that Barbie's high heels off because those things will get launched up there.
They will hurt.
Up there too.
They will cut you.
Yeah.
Perforated colon. Ask Mr. Hands about that.
Oof.
That horse dick about killed that guy.
Yeah. No shame.
Think that horse dick hurt?
Whew.
A Barbie high heel? Take you down right now.
It'll tear your walls up.
And I was trying to look for a bunch of hauntings related on, and I don't think there's a lot of haunted stuff related. There's a TV show called Amish Haunting.
Yeah.
And there's a little bit of stuff on there, but I don't think they have ghosts and stuff for the most part. And I told my wife today, she's talking about a friend of ours that her husband does some ghost hunting, and she said he does ghost hunting, and I'm kind of into this stuff. And thanks to my wife, she got us a Ouija board that's up behind me right now.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
Got a Target $5.
I like the spirits and treats. That's pretty cool.
Yes.
I like the treats part especially.
I love treats.
Yeah,
I love treats. I love Baby Ruths.
Blue Baby Ruth are banging.
Baby Ruths and Reese cups.
Yeah.
She said he's a ghost hunter. I said I think I would honestly consider myself a skeptic at this point.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
for ghosts.
Yeah.
I really need something to shake me up good to make me say, God damn, need to get up. This is some crazy shit.
I want to fuck one.
Yeah. I want to watch you fuck one.
Okay.
What if I just came down here one night and you were up on the table just like pants off, just like fucking air on the table.
Just asleep, just thrusting the fuck out of it.
And I just stared at you and watched. Just like,
get it, buddy.
And you're just up here like, and then you get done, you see me, and you're just like, there was no ghost. I was just doing that by myself.
That was for you, baby.
People say there's sexual tension on this show. What the fuck do they know? And they've never fucked a faceless doll before. Then there's all the aspect of, as we're getting a little weirder here, pictures. Okay, and I experienced this in the Ohio penal system when a loved one dies.
Penal?
That's what I said.
Okay.
The Ohio penal system. When a loved one dies, the Amish don't have any images to remember them by except for their memories. Having a photo or a painting of someone is considered to be a graven image and is not allowed. So that in the Ohio prison system, everyone walks around with a goddamn badge on. They got their face on the badge so you can identify them by their name and their inmate number.
Yeah.
Not the Amish fuckheads. And yes, they do go to prison. They do bad shit. Mostly fuck little kids, but they occasionally do things worse than that. Okay? Not that it gets a lot worse than that, but the shit happens. Okay, Rob?
Yeah.
Mistakes were made. But they don't have to have their pictures on their Ohio prison IDs because it's against their religion. Huh. It goes against their beliefs.
Weird.
So,
yeah. No matter how pretty the toilet, there's always going to be a turd in it.
You're absolutely right.
There you go.
Now, bundling. Why don't you tell about bundling there, Rob Dog?
Sure. Bundling. This is a part of the dating process that involves bundling, which is a girl and a boy who are seeing each other share a bed one night. Who they are seeing each other, and so they share a bed one night. They're both fully clothed and separated, but they are sleeping side by side. So bundling is supposed to help strengthen the bond between them as they stay up all night talking.
Oh, fucking blow my goddamn brains out.
They have like one of the grocery dividers in between them. Like, you guys can't cross this line.
Yeah,
the things that white people love to use in the grocery store. Yeah. So they don't do arranged marriages, even though it kind of seems like they're weaning them towards that. They spend the night. They get married at
their honeymoon. They stay the night,
and they get married at the bride's parents' house, and they clean the motherfucker the next morning to show appreciation.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. So after the Amish people get married, they don't get to party, dude.
Man, it's a bummer.
The couple say, "You better go up there and go to goddamn bed, because when you wake up in the morning, you gotta clean this whole motherfucking house." And there ain't.
It seems like a punishment.
There ain't gonna be no Cracker Barrel breakfast in the morning, motherfucker.
It seems like an excuse to make someone else clean your shit.
But back to the bundling thing, they just lay in bed, stare at each other, their fucking dresses,
completely clothed.
Yeah.
There has to be finger banging going on or something.
I don't know, man. It's hard to say. And I remember, you're coming of age when you start to do things with women or men.
Yeah.
Some of our first times are a little bit different than the others. How long did you dry hump before you finally did a real hump? Dry humping was terrible.
Yeah, a little while, man.
But then back then, you just think back to that time, and you think, oh man, that was a fucking good time.
Yeah.
I remember my brother picked me up after I was hanging out with my girlfriend one time. And he was 10 years older than me. He just got out of college when I was 15 or something. And he picked me up, and he's like, "Oh, God, you got a fucking wet spot on your jeans." I said, "Hey, bro, look at me making moves, though. I know what I'm doing." It happens, man. "Did you got a fucking wet spot on your jeans?" I said, "I fucking put a wet spot in your fucking mom's jeans last night."
Your own mom.
Yeah.
In case you guys didn't get that joke.
Yeah. Oh, man. But dry humping was not good, man.
No, man.
I'll tell you about this week. I've had a lot of sex this week, okay?
Okay. All right.
Earlier this week, I tried to make love to my wife for a substantial amount of time before I realized that she still had her undergarments on.
Oh, nice.
So I kept on trying to enter her.
Yeah.
And
wasn't happening.
I said, "Oh no, God took it away." It's like you fucking close the door on it.
There's a fucking force field.
And I said, "Why can't I go? Where the fuck?"
She's like, "Hey, dipshit."
Yeah. Then she like stood up and like, "Where are you going?" She's like, "I gotta take my panties off." You had panties on that entire time? Can't distinguish the difference between cotton and flesh with the tip of your penis, unfortunately. Can wiggle it around? You don't know.
Yeah.
Tip of your penis is good at that stuff.
My wife rarely ever wears them, so I don't really have to worry about
that. God bless her.
She's ready at all times.
Speaking of your wife, next thing we're going to talk about is inbreeding here.
Okay.
in a small, intensely insular community, you don't have very many choices,
of course,
of who to interact with.
Uh-huh.
More vexing still, your options of who you can marry are extraordinarily limited. That can unfortunately lead to inbreeding.
Jesus.
And all the genetic risk factors that go along with it. They don't purposely try to do this shit. It just happens because it's such a small community, you know?
Beggars can't be choosers.
And DNA tests are illegal, and it's against their faith. So you got a lot of... that gene pool, as far as that family tree, the motherfucker goes straight up in the air. That bitch doesn't branch out very far, okay?
Right.
A lot of inbreeding, a lot of sister fucking, a lot of chicken fucking, a lot of goat fucking. There's a lot of weird fucking going on, Rob Dog.
Just gotta find the biggest beard and the biggest bush and let them get it on.
I've heard that Amish men have huge cocks. If you look, man, they got big old forearms.
Hell yeah, they do.
That's from jerking mules off in the field, because sometimes a mule will just stop. You're out there plowing, and the mule will just be like, just stop. And the only way to start them back up is to jerk them off. So those Amish guys are out there, and they're fucking jerking these donkeys off in the middle of the field to plow them. It's like trying to restart a lawnmower, dude. Gotta stop. Recharge the jets. Yeah, I don't know if that... I don't know if that's true. If you've ever jerked off a donkey before, write us an email, brohiopodcast@gmail.com.
You got to be Amish too, though.
You got to be Amish.
Yeah, if you just do it for, you know, what are those called? Donkey shows?
Posterity? If you just jerk donkeys off for posterity, you're a sick fucking piece of shit.
Let us know, brohiopodcast@gmail.com.
And I do like this view, okay?
Okay.
They don't believe in churches. They believe their beliefs can be taught anywhere, and then they don't need these big, extravagant, fancy places to go and worship.
Man.
I think church can be held in your living room.
Okay, tell Joel Osteen that.
Church? Yeah, Joel Osteen. That fucking piece of shit. I realize the Bahamas are completely blown down. There's about 75,000 people that are without homes right now.
I ain't opening my church doors.
I'm not even going to think about flying my private jet down there, open up my checkbook to help those people.
Uh-huh.
But let me tell you something about Christ's love.
I ain't going to pay any taxes either.
I ain't going to pay no motherfucking taxes. I'm going to keep me a hot bitch. I'm going to keep this motherfucking mullet. I'm a rich motherfucker. God's word told me to do this.
He's what's wrong with white people.
He is. Him and us.
Him and us too.
Yeah.
We're not too different.
Right. So now we start to get into the crimes here. Some more specific crimes. A lot of Amish people have the last name Yoder.
This person's name is the most Amish name I've ever heard in my life.
Willard Yoder.
God, that's so Amish.
Willard Yoder. Oh, man. This crime occurred in Milford, Indiana in 2011.
I can just picture him in my head, and I guarantee it's exactly what he looks like.
Yeah, man. It was pretty... it was a pretty famous crime. There's definitely a picture of him on the internet. Let's look it up real quick. Just for
S's and G's.
I know Rob isn't... You guys can't see this, but yeah.
He looks like Dwight's cousin Mose off The Office.
Willard Yoder. This crime occurred in Milford, Indiana in 2011. A 12-year-old girl started to receive some rather shocking text messages from a number she did not recognize.
Okay.
She eventually went to her parents to show them the messages that she was receiving. The messages kept pouring in, and they got more and more graphic. So she's getting pictures of Willard's dick and balls, what she was getting.
So I wonder if Amish people shave, if they keep their nut hair long, but they shave their pubes.
They shave it?
Just like their face.
Wouldn't that be the opposite? Wait.
No.
Wait.
No, because the pubes would be like the mustache, and the nut hair is the beard. Just think about it, because your dick is the nose.
Yeah, man, it makes perfect sense to me. I don't know. If you shave your balls...
No, don't if you shave your pubes, let your balls grow.
If you shave above your dick but let your balls go, send us an email, brohiopodcast@gmail.com. Let us know why. Let us know if it's to honor your Amish god.
Oh, man. Ball hair is like few and far between, too, and it's like always scraggly.
Yeah, they're hard to get. You got to grab it like you're milking a cobra and pull the sack really tight.
Yeah.
It's a mess.
If you're using cold water, good fucking luck.
Yeah. Back to Willard Yoder. So these messages keep pouring in and they get more and more graphic.
Okay.
The father, like any good father, takes the phone to the police to show them, say, hey, look what the fuck, my daughter is getting pictures of this weird guy's really hairy private dick bag right here.
Yeah.
There was more than 600 text messages, pictures, and videos sent to this girl's phone, which was now being operated by the police.
He done fucked up.
So this, some 37-year-old detective's like, oh, baby, keep on sending me pictures of that big old Amish dick. Now, including solicitations of sex and naked images of himself. I'm sorry, unsolicited pictures were included of sex and naked images of himself. The Connorsville Police Department, mind you, this is a very, very small community where this happened at. This isn't too far from us. Set up a sting operation at a local restaurant in Milford with an undercover cop posing as a little girl. Hi, I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC. According to police reports, Yoder sent 5 messages intended for the victim asking, quote, are you ready for tonight? And I'm sure that's what he sounded like. Like a big old fucking stupid potato.
Well, are you ready for tonight?
I was passing through on my way to Ohio.
That's what I think. Are you ready for tonight?
And here's what the cop said. I could hear it coming. It's a distinctive sound, the officer said. It was the only horse and buggy on the road at that point. This guy pulled up to a police sting in a basic black 2-person horse and buggy. You ever heard the joke of what does an Amish drive-by shooting sound like?
No.
Clip, clop, bang, clip, clop, bang. That's such a dad joke.
It's so stupid.
So he pulls up to the sex sting in a goddamn horse and buggy, okay? Oh, yeah, I see you sitting over there right there at the gas station. I'm going to stop and pick you up, and I'm going to fucking fuck the shit out of you. Yoder, this is a quote from the detective.
All right.
Told me several times that he just randomly chose that number.
Man.
He just punched a number, hoping for a reply. If that is true, that's kind of scary because I'm sure that's not the first time that's ever happened.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
I've heard about this number neighbor thing going on right now.
Oh, yeah. A person whose number is one off of yours.
Yeah, and you just call them and strike it up. Say, hey, motherfucker. We should try that sometime.
What's up, number neighbor?
Yoder admitted to sending all the messages to the child via his cellular phone and was charged with 4 counts of soliciting a minor, police said.
Man, that fucked up.
Oh, yeah. Next crime we have here is Levi Detweiler. This happened in 2010. He was a 17-year-old Amish teenager, okay? He was running stop signs in his horse and buggy in Leon, New York. He said, I'm gonna get me riding dirty. I'm gonna get me riding dirty. Deputies attempted to make a stop on the buggy, but Levi said, no, fuck this. I'm running. He led police on a mile-long pursuit before losing control of the buggy.
Oh, my God.
He lost control of the buggy on a sharp turn, driving it into a ditch.
Poor horse.
No, like, how fast do you have to be driving a buggy in order to lose control of it?
Fucking horse topples over.
Oh, shit. Wreck my fucking buggy. Put my horse in a ditch and wreck my fucking buggy. The fun didn't stop there, though. He fled on foot, leaving his horse and buggy twisted and stuck in the ditch.
Shit.
And he was fucking hammered, Rob Dog.
Ooh, wonder what they drink.
He was drunk. They drink horse piss. They let it ferment, and they drink horse piss.
I get that, okay.
There's no telling what this guy was. If they've got a secret brew, the Amish people, they probably got some really good shit.
I would think so.
Much like some moonshine or some shit like that.
I feel like it's like hooch.
Yes. And hooch is prison term for the homemade wine that they make in prison.
Yeah, it's the most ridiculous stuff
it's
ever.
Rancid and fucking disgusting.
But it'll get you fucked up.
It will get you fucked up. Now, two other Amish men later helped the deputies free the horse and pull the buggy from the ditch.
Those normal white people had no idea how to free the fucking horses.
He said, hey, you boys need some help pulling that horse and buggy out of the ditch over there on your way to Ohio. See? Now, the Cattaraugus County Sheriff's Office said that after a week-long investigation, they have arrested and charged Detweiler with underage possession of alcohol, overdriving an animal.
Overdriving an animal? That's a charge?
Got charged with that.
Okay.
Reckless endangerment, failure to stop at a stop sign, and failure to yield to an emergency vehicle.
Man.
How cool is that, dude?
That's pretty sweet.
Drove it straight into a fucking ditch. Now we're going to move on to some more heinous crimes.
Okay.
All right? This is where it starts to get a little hairy.
All right.
Because this next story, all right, is about the Mullet family.
Of course.
Right. This is about the Burgolz, Bergholz. Burgolz community. Or they're also called the Burgolz clan, or just called Burgolz Amish, because they're different Amish people than the Burgolz Amish people are essentially like, I guess, people that follow Alex Jones. They're just completely crazy over Alex Jones. It's kind of, it's their version of their right wings.
Okay.
It's the best way to explain it.
Okay.
It's a religious group formed under the leadership of Sam Mullet.
Why not have a leader that's last name's Mullet? You kind of know what you're getting into.
And it was founded in 1995 in none other than Burgolz, Ohio.
Of course.
This new Amish settlement was founded in 1995, like I just said. The intention of Sam Mullet was to create a settlement of ultra-conservative Amish.
Because normal Amish aren't conservative enough.
I didn't think about it like that. You're absolutely right.
They're like the most conservative people in the world.
Right, he said, but he wasn't happy with the way the Amish people were going. I was on there at the church the other day, and I saw two fucking fuckwads rubbing ankles together, and I just don't like the way it's going. I don't know if they were trying to get each other pregnant or fucking come on each other, but they were rubbing ankles.
These men show a little too much lip. We got to cover up some more of that lip. I don't appreciate it.
I was wiping my ass with toilet paper, and I'm so used to using my bare hands that I just said, something's got to change. You think Amish people use toilet paper?
I don't think so.
Not the way God intended it.
They probably, if they do, they use single ply.
Even worse.
Right.
Oh, I remember I went on a houseboat when I was a kid. We used to go to Lake Cumberland in Tennessee.
Oh, yeah.
And we go on a houseboat. And we get on this houseboat. We're like, whoa, wow, this is fucking awesome. My dad's just like, it is. This is what I've given you. This is what we've done. This is what I've provided for my family. Enjoy yourself, kids.
Worship me.
Yeah. So I go to the bathroom halfway into this trip. Gotta take me a big old chainsaw Charlie shit. Big old dragon shit.
Yeah.
And I go in there. And I didn't really pay attention before, but this time I shit. And there's a little sign right above the toilet paper. And it said, 3 squares only, please. I'm like, oh, fuck me. What am I going to do?
Man.
3 squares only. I'm a young child at this time. So I start, overanalyzing it. Like, does this fucking place, is this boat going to sink if I use more than 3 squares of toilet paper? Well, what's going to happen? But I got through it, Rob. You gotta roll it up.
That's terrifying.
Like you're rolling a joint. You gotta get it really tight. And then you just kind of stuff it in your ass.
Just gotta hold the poop in.
No, I wasn't holding the poop in.
Okay.
Like an absorbent type deal.
Gotcha.
Just absorb the poop until you got back in the water.
And just wash your ass out.
And then you can let the toilet paper just fall out of your ass when you got into the water.
No wonder why I always had such bad experiences in the water in Cumberland.
My mom said, what are you doing dragging your ass on that log over there? I'm trying to get the poop off my ass, Mom. Jesus Christ, leave me the fuck alone. Oh, Rob Dog. Oh, Rob Dog. Jeez. Ooh. Sweetheart, you were absolutely incredible. You took me round and round 5 times. What's your secret?
Oh, well, little blue chewable pill that I just got called Blue Chew.
Oh, Rob Dog, tell me more about this Blue Chew.
Oh, yeah. It's a little blue chewable pill that's prescribed online. Helps me make more stops here in the trailer park. It's chewable, so it's super handy.
So you can take it anytime you're ready to rock?
Yeah.
Oh my God, Rob Dog, I am gushing.
That's right, Antoinette. Ever since I started using Blue Chew, everything is so much different. It's like I added an extra tank of gas.
Is it like that Viagra and Cialis stuff?
Yes, it's the same active FDA ingredients. This stuff is bad to my bone. I mean, the bone.
If you think that extra is what you need, hit up BlueChew.com just like the color blue. If you use the promo code BROHIO, that's BROHIO at BlueChew.com, you're going to get your first shipment free minus your $5 shipping. They're going to take care of that for you.
Yeah, and email us a screenshot of your order, and the bros will send you some free stickers.
Promo code BROHIO at BlueChew.com. You will thank us later. Now, in 1997, the ultra-conservative Amish Sam Mullet became the ordained minister of this new Burgles community or settlement. In 2001, he became a bishop with only one other bishop present, not the normal three. So that's the thing about the Amish community. There has to be 3 other bishops present in order for you to be appointed as a bishop, but not in this ultra-conservative settlement here. He was appointed a bishop, with only one other guy present.
Weird. Okay.
He excommunicated the deacon of the settlement in 2006, and about 9 families, which is 1/3 of the entire settlement, left as well. And by excommunicated, it means he kicked
them out.
Kicking them out, And in the Amish community, if you are excommunicated, I think it's likely that you're allowed to come back eventually after you've, quote unquote, learned your lesson.
Okay.
So all of these families are excommunicated at this point. Which means that the families were no longer allowed to join other conservative settlements, as many conservative affiliations of the Amish practice strict shunning. Okay, that's what they're practicing there in Amish country. This is from the FBI website. In response to a religious dispute among members of the Amish community, so Sam Mullet, as we're calling him at this point.
Mm-hmm.
He was pissed off at the entire Amish community at this point. It wasn't just the 9 families that were excommunicated. He was fucking pissed off at the entire Amish community. He was just ready to raise some fucking hell, okay? Sam Mullet Sr., the 66-year-old bishop of the Amish congregation in Burgles, Ohio, directed his followers to forcibly cut the hair and beards of other members of the Amish community.
Man.
Male and female victims, some elderly, were held against their will in their homes while scissors and horse shears
Holy shit.
were used to cut their hair and beards. Head and facial hair is religiously symbolic to the Amish. Some of the male victims had been growing their beards for decades.
Man.
Mullet organized 5 attacks between September and November of 2011. Local authorities filed state charges against him and others after the initial incidents, but the assaults continued. The FBI and the U.S. Attorney's Office were called in. This is the prosecuting attorney. Soroman said because the attacks were escalating and because everyone realized there were bigger issues involved. There was no cooperation from the community that was being assaulted at this point. They didn't want any outside help at all, so they weren't really communicating with law enforcement officials at this point. So they had to really chip away at them to get them to help with their investigation. This comes from Salon.com.
That's crazy.
Salon.com. In the cruelest instance, an elderly couple was lured to Burgles by the offer of a visit to their son, who was married to one of the Mullet's 9 daughters.
Woo!
And the grandchildren they had not seen for several years. The grandfather was seriously ill and believed this would be his last chance. Their son promised the couple, who had heard of the other attacks, that they would be safe. However, at the end of the 2-hour visit, the same teenage grandsons the old man had been so longing to see turned on him. They held him down as his own son hacked off his beard with a pair of scissors. Later that evening, the son turned up at a gathering at Mullet's house, crowing that he bagged a, quote, a whole bushel of hair. 2 months later, his father passed away. Now, old Sam Mullet Sr., he was sentenced to 11 years in prison.
Good.
There were some other people that went to prison over that.
What a piece of shit.
That is a piece of shit. That's like cutting my dick off. It's like it's bad, but it's not that bad. At least, well, I mean, the beard thing is bad, but like you cut my dick off, that would be horrible. Okay?
I mean, the beard will go back, your dick won't, though.
You don't know. Like a lizard's tail.
Yeah.
Yeah. One thing about the Amish community is they're very quick to help.
Uh-huh.
Very, they're hands-on people. They have barn raising parties. That's what they do. They have fucking parties where they just build barns for each other. And everyone shows up with a pack of fucking Yoder juice and they just start building barns for each other. Mm-hmm. Now, as I've covered on this show a lot, I've had a lot of jobs over the years. A lot of career changes. From law enforcement to construction, now to like automation. I'm good where I'm at now. But when I was doing I was working for a drilling company doing geotechnical, like underground exploration stuff. Okay. It wasn't exciting at all. Anyways,
sounds way more exciting.
It fucking sucked. You would drill holes in the ground and you would test the soil coming out.
Okay.
So it was pretty fucking stupid. My first it was a traveling job. I hated it, man. I hated being away from my family. My first day on the job, they fly me to Connecticut. Mm-hmm. The fucking value meal was like $13 at McDonald's.
Oh, God.
I was pissed off. But then the second or third day, they needed to have a drill rig taken back to Dayton from Connecticut. So I had to drive this. It's a truck-mounted drill rig. It's mounted to like a big fucking truck. Mm-hmm. Not something you need your CDLs for, but a pretty big truck. So I'm driving this thing back from Connecticut to Dayton. I'm going through all Amish country in New York and Pennsylvania.
That's a good little haul.
It was. But there was a traveling drill rig mechanic that was following me. Uh-huh. He was the biggest fucking hillbilly that I've ever met in my entire life. Filthy fucking rich dude. He had this like old hag pillhead girlfriend that he'd just broken up with. One day when he said, I was pissed drunk, fucking slept in. She took my goddamn credit card and went up there to the car dealership and bought a fucking Hummer. That's what this guy worked out of, was a fucking brand new Hummer.
Jesus.
That his girlfriend bought using his credit card.
So he just took it back and kept it?
Went and paid for it with a credit card. Paid for it. You know, swoop.
Oh, man.
Fucking $80,000. Just paid for it with his credit card. He broke up with her, but he kept the Hummer. And he worked out of the Hummer. And he's following me back. And the drill rig just like stuff starts going everywhere. You know, it's hot as fuck. Uh-huh. It's blowing steam. There's fluid flying out of the front of the hood. I'm like, God damn it. So I pull off the highway and I coast down the off ramp and I roll into this driveway. Now, when I roll into this driveway, I see a house off in the distance at the end of it's a long driveway, probably, a quarter mile long.
Okay.
I see a house, but then there's like fields up towards the front. And before I look down at the gauges, everything's fucking tapped out. Mm-hmm. Fucking dead in the water, okay? But he was behind me. He pulled off with me. But I look up, and about 12 little kids come running down the drive. And by this point, I'd popped the hood. And I said, oh my God, it's the fucking children of the fucking corn. These kids are running down the drive towards me. I think they're going to, cut me up and fuck me.
Yeah.
Fresh meat.
Mm-hmm.
But as they get closer, I see they're like barefooted and have on Amish hats and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like, oh my God, it's Amish people. And I never encountered Amish people before.
Uh-huh.
These little fuckers pop the hood and start climbing around underneath the hood on top of the engine bay there and just like looking around and grabbing. And then you see the dad just like Terminator walking down the driveway. Fucking huge forearms. He's about 5'1", inbred to the fucking gills. You can tell his dad was his chicken fucker and his wife was his sister. And he's just walking towards me. And he says, hey, looks like you might have blew her up. I was about to say, yeah, I fucking blew your wife up, but I didn't say it. And I said, yeah, man, something's gone seriously wrong. He said, well, I think there's an auto parts store about 3 miles down the road. I said, okay, I'll go check it out. So the guy in the Hummer, the drill rig guy, he drives me down there. We get some bar stop or some stuff to fix a broken radiator, because that's what it was. We bring it back, we dump it in there, but I needed water to fill the radiator back up.
Right.
So I'm looking around. The Amish guy's nowhere to be found anymore, but out in the field in the front is his wife, and she's like on her knees, like towards the ground, pulling. I think she's pulling fucking potatoes out of the ground. That's what she was doing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, I'll go talk to her. And I walk over and I look down her feet. She's out there fucking picking potatoes barefooted.
Oh shit.
And like, oh man. I said, excuse me, ma'am. And she looks up at me, and I'm like, ah! Dude, she was fucking busted. She was so fucking ugly. It was so scary. Looked like she had teeth growing out of her forehead, and her cheek was between her eyes, like her cheekbone was between her eyes. And I said, I need some water to fill up my radiator. She said, I'm not supposed to be talking to you. I'm like, I just need some water, ma'am. Where did the man of the house go? She said, I'll get him for you. So she goes to the end of the field, and she's like, they speak a different, like they speak a Dutch kind of different language.
Okay.
There's a different language, and she's like, whatever. Then she comes back over and keeps on picking potatoes, and I'm waiting for them to bring the water up, because it was they had a huge water thing in the back on a water tank on a flatbed, and a fucking donkey or a horse was pulling it around. So I had to wait for them to bring it up. And I'm just staring at her, like sweating, and her nasty, hairy, she had bushy fucking toes, dude, okay? And I said to her, hey, I don't know if you're allowed to hear this, but you're a very beautiful woman.
You're fucking hot, baby.
I said this to her. I said, you're a very beautiful woman. She said, oh, God. And it's like I could hear the fucking Amish juice just fucking...
Oh, God.
Fucking squeezed her.
Just sounds like churned butter, baby.
I was just waiting for her to stand up like, I'm tired of fucking my brother. Tired of fucking my tired of... He fucks them chickens and he comes in here and fucks me. But he eventually got back up there to the water. Super helpful people. I know a lot of people around here go on retreats to Amish country. My mom did it recently. She said it was the most peaceful experience of her entire life to go out there and just lay low. And you go to people's houses. It's a bed and breakfast, whatever. But you go to people's houses and these families cook for you. And she brought me back peanut butter spread.
Oh, man.
Jesus Christ. You want to talk about some good shit, man. So
I bet. I
would highly recommend, if you ever get the opportunity to take the advantage of that, definitely do it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. But Hezekiah, if you're listening, that was the potato lady in the field. I think her name was Hezekiah.
Jeez, what a name.
Zebulon. If you're listening, you already know. Now, this last story here is about Edward Gingerich. We saved the best for last, Rob.
All right.
He's the only person ever in the history of the world to be convicted of murder.
Oh.
As a practicing Amish. All right? We've spoke about how strict the community is. They don't even believe in divorce, and you can't even really get one if you do want one.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Now, Edward, he arrived in Crawford County, Pennsylvania. It's about 30 miles south of the city of Erie in 1983 with his family. At the time, he was 18 years old. By June of 1985, Gingerich was working at the family sawmill on the corner of Frisbeetown Road. That sounds like a really fun spot to hang out at.
That sounds really fun.
He became friends with Richard Zimmer, an Englishman. And
Dick Zimmer.
And all non-Amish are known as English.
Okay.
So that's what they call the non-Amish.
All right.
He told Zimmer that he did not like the Amish ways and he wanted to leave. And in 1985, Gingerich met Katie Shetler, who was born in March of 1964. She was the daughter of a respected elder, and they began going out with one another. A lot of bundling going on right there.
That's wholesome.
Just lay in bed and let their privates stare at each other, and they'd be like, "Are you my brother? Or are you my sister? I don't really know.
I really like the way your overalls cling on to your bollocks.
I really like the way you look like my mom."
I really like how hairy your toes are.
They got big old bushy potato fucking toes, dude. Oh, yeah. Ain't nothing that turns my fucking engine on.
I can deal with a bush, but
dude, I can get down with some hairy toe
you got
knuckles.
some hairy toe knuckles, that's going to fuck me up.
You whip out them orangutan toes on me. Feed me a fucking banana. Watch how hard my 3-inch rocket just fucking goes into orbit, buddy.
Oh, God. Oh,
Sorry.
Oh, drip a little bit.
Some hairy toe knuckles, man. Love them. If you're not picking toe knuckle hair out of your teeth after you're done fucking,
Are you really living?
if you're not waking up with poop under your fingernails and toe knuckle hair in your teeth, what are you even doing, you know?
Oh, God.
Yeah. Now, under pressure from both families, Gingerich proposed, and on a rainy day in December, they finally got married.
Aw.
This is in 1986. So, Katie
The year of my birth.
and old Edward Gingerich here, they're finally entered into holy matrimony.
This sweet.
They lived in her parents' basement.
Oh.
Yeah, ain't nothing like fucking beating the pussy up with your parents right above you. Until a home could be built, because that's kind of what they did back then. They didn't have a house, and that's pretty standard tradition for them. They live in the parents' house until they get a house for themselves. In the spring of 1987, Katie fell pregnant, and on September 20th, she gave birth to a son, Danny E., named after his what a stupid fucking name to name a kid. Danny E.
It's Danny. It is an I-E, not D-A-N-N-Y.
Danny, get in here, Danny.
Danny E.
Danny, get in here and suck your dad's dick. And he was named after his paternal grandfather.
Okay.
Gingerich began spending more and more time alone, ignoring his new wife and family. And in July of 1988, he began to suffer from dizzy spells, and he was sleeping a lot.
Damn it.
Ain't nothing wrong with that shit, dude.
Nah, man, just tripping balls.
Get my motherfucking Z's in.
Let a man trip and sleep.
So Katie, she's worried at this point. She says, oh, he does. He's so dizzy all the time. He's always sleeping. I don't know if he's my brother. I think I was out there picking potatoes with my hairy toe knuckles. I didn't know if he fell down and hit his head and shit his fucking pants. I didn't know what was going on. So he's been dizzy and sleeping a bunch. I better take him to the doctor. So Katie arranges for an appointment for her husband to go see Dr. Merritt Terrell. And he is a medic that was favored by the Amish.
I'm reading ahead.
Don't do that.
I can't
Don't cheat. He diagnosed that Gingerich needed a toe pulling. He needed a toe pulling and a foot rub. So he gave him a jar of blackstrap molasses for purifying his blood and charged him $23, Rob Dog. Now, much like you're laughing right now, when I got to this part in the research, I said, what in the bloody fuck is a toe pulling? So I looked it up. It's legitimately where the doctor pulls your toes until they pop. They give you a foot massage. So this guy's falling down, shitting his pants, passing out, sleeping a lot, dizzier and fucking his sister.
Nothing out of good old toe pulling will fix.
Fucking chickens. Out there doing it all. The doctor says, oh yeah, that boy just needs a good old-fashioned toe pulling. Take your whiny bitch ass down there and pull on his toes. You three-eyed bitch.
Oh, God, it's so weird.
He needed a good old-fashioned toe pulling.
Don't we all?
Charged him for that shit, though. But after the toe pulling and the foot rub and the blackstrap molasses for purifying his blood, it wasn't getting any better, Rob. And after,
Go figure.
oh, hey, you're not pulling my fucking toes hard enough. Grab him by the knuckle hair. You're pulling on them toes. Grab him by the knuckle hair. He wasn't getting any better. After several visits and toe pullings and more molasses, nothing was getting better. On March 21st, 1989, Kate gave birth to Enos.
Enos.
E-N-O-S.
Not anus, but Enos.
I think we should name our kid after a butthole. Let's name him Enos. Perfect name for the kid. We'll just name him after a butthole.
It's like a sci-fi butthole.
An alien asshole.
It's an anus.
It's not an anus. It's an Enos. You can't fucking...
It's an alien asshole. It really
you can
is.
fucking anus, but you can't fucking Enos.
It's a sci-fi butthole. It really is.
So they named the kid Heinous. And again, Gingrich ignored her and their son. So he's pissed off. She's having all these goddamn kids. Name them after buttholes. He ain't the fucking getting no more toe pullings. He's all out of blackstrap molasses.
Oh, God.
What the
It's a hard life.
Old Fast Eddie, he said, man, this shit's not going my way. All right. Good God. On December 3rd, the sawmill, which was uninsured, burned to the ground, and Gingrich was given permission to build a new mill. So that was his MO. He worked in a sawmill, and the motherfucker burned to the ground. He eventually got permission to build a new mill. On the 13th of March in 1990, so just a year later, a few months later actually, Katie gave birth to their daughter Mary. Now, after she gave birth to their daughter Mary, unfortunately, they did not name this child after a butthole.
Darn.
They just named her Mary.
They didn't name it a noose.
We named her Pussy Hole. We named her Clitoris. Gingrich, after this birth, he refused to sleep with his wife again, fearful she would become pregnant.
He's got that fucking super sperm.
And he told her he wanted to leave the Amish community.
Okay.
He thought he could get her pregnant just by sleeping with her.
I'm tired of you pulling on my toes. Every time you do, you get pregnant.
I was down there drinking the blackstrap molasses, and here you are, shitting out another anus. So this fucking dumbass thinks he's getting his wife pregnant strictly by sleeping with her, not fucking her.
Wow.
Yeah. What a fucking dumbass. And in August, Gingrich met born-again Christian David Lindsay, who began to try and convert him to Christianity.
Okay.
In November of 91, Gingrich and Katie moved into a new home. So you got some new beginnings going on here, a new home. Hopefully things are going to start to get a little bit better. His health worsened, and he was further harmed by exposure to a solvent in his machine shop.
Man.
What was the thought process here is he was going all fucking ape shit because of the stuff in his shop. That might have been causing the problems.
Okay.
Then his mental state became impaired, but he took another visit to old Dr. Terrell. It resulted only in a shoulder rub,
Ooh.
a right foot manipulation,
Okay.
and another jar of the ever so satisfying blackstrap molasses.
Well, good. His other jar ran dry, so.
After he did this, he began howling and racing around his living room on all fours.
Oh, oh, oh!
Doing some fucking doggy style shit, dude. So he's obviously fucked up.
Yeah.
He's not getting any better. He's had too much blackstrap molasses at this point.
Fucking eye off his ass on molasses.
Too much toe pulling. He's crawling around the floor like a fucking retarded donkey. Then in March of 92, Gingrich was finally committed to a mental institution. But he was released about a month later, in April, and attended psychiatric appointments, but soon the insanity returned. Throughout 1992, his behavior became much worse and much more bizarre. He was taken to a hospital where he told a doctor that he had a, quote, bad case of liver cancer.
Oh, okay.
Not that there's a difference. Just going, I think I might have a really good case of liver cancer.
A really good case.
He told the doctor, I got a really bad case of liver cancer. Again, he was committed to the mental institution, but again, he was let out on May 15th after only 10 days in the mental institution. Things worsened. On March 17th, 1993, Gingrich was taken to Smicksburg to see a special healer by the name of Jacob Troyer, a 46-year-old Amish. Okay. So we moved on from Dr. Terrell. Now we're back with an Amish doctor, which I'm sure a lot of fucking, strict college this guy went to.
Man, I bet.
He told Katie, quote, your husband has a mental problem. Take him to a hospital. I'm afraid of suicide. Goodbye and good luck.
Damn.
That's the best advice she'd received that far.
That's actually pretty good advice, but still.
The next day, Gingrich remained in bed until 9 a.m. He was taken to Dr. Terrell, who massaged his scalp.
This doctor just wanted to touch people.
And gave him liver pills.
Give him liver pills. What is that?
The funny thing about these liver pills is I gotta put them in your butt.
What the fuck is a liver pill?
Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna give you the most thorough toe pulling that I've ever given a boy. And about halfway through, I'm going to shove a handful of these liver pills right up your anus. Not up your son's anus. I'm going to shove them up your asshole. I'm a good practicing doctor. I'm the good doctor.
Oh, God.
Oh, man. That day, the Amish were celebrating a wedding, but Katie refused to let her husband go. She said, "You can keep your fucking dumb ass here on the couch, you fucking weirdo." Around dusk, the children played on the floor in the kitchen when Gingrich got up and punched his wife in the face.
Damn.
And shouted at her, "I am the devil, I am the devil," over and over. She told Danny to run and fetch Gingrich's brother, Dan. So she said, "Go get your Uncle Dan, bring him here. Edward has lost his fucking mind for good." And, he's, at this point, he's attacked his wife and he's, hurt her badly.
Yeah.
The other two children remained. Now, when Danny arrived at his uncle's house, he said that Daddy isn't well, and then immediately Dan came to the rescue. When he arrived, Gingrich, Edward, was straddling his wife Katie and punching her in the face.
Damn.
He stood up and smashed his right foot into her mouth and nose.
Oof.
Dan tried to stop his brother, but then fled to the nearest house to seek more help. Dan went to an English house and dialed 911. Meanwhile, Gingrich put on his work boots
Oh, God.
and again smashed his wife in the face, crushing her head and causing her brains to begin oozing out of her skull.
Oh, God.
He then undressed her, grabbed a steak knife, and slashed open her belly, and through the 17 centimeter 7-inch cut, removed her heart, lungs, spleen, liver, kidneys, ovaries, and intestines, and stacked these in a neat pile beside her corpse. He then washed himself in the sink, threw his Bible into the fireplace, and told the children to put on their coats. And then he said, "I'm taking you to Granddad's," he said. "Then I'm coming back to burn down the house."
Jesus.
He was quickly apprehended by the Pennsylvania State Police. He was apprehended by Trooper Robert Rolls at a dirt road intersection near his house. Gingrich mumbled biblical passages and made vague references to the devil and said, quote, "I'm the bad guy. My father will understand." Trooper Rolls told Gingrich to take off his boots and coat, and he did so. A large piece of flesh fell to the ground.
Oh, God.
The trial began on the morning of March 24th, 1994, at the Crawford County Courthouse in Meadville, Pennsylvania. The jury found Gingrich guilty of involuntary manslaughter, but mentally ill. On May 2nd of 1994, so this is just 2 months later.
Involuntary manslaughter.
Well, he had a severe mental,
It's not really involuntary, though.
he had a lot of toe pullings.
Mentally ill or not, he pretty much tried. He knew he was going to kill her by doing that.
Yeah, I mean, I might fucking blow this guy's brains out.
Yeah.
He's a detriment to society, and he's,
Yeah, fuck him.
yes, fucking turn the bug zapper on and throw him in.
Yeah.
2 months later, he was sentenced to imprisonment at the State Correctional Institution in Cambridge Springs, Pennsylvania, for a minimum term of 2.5 years and a maximum term of 5 years. Gingrich was released just 4 years later in March. He moved to Harmony Haven, which is an Amish mental health facility in Avert, Michigan, and then he moved to Hogback Road in Cambridge Springs. I got the exact address here if anybody wants it.
The Hogback Road. Sounds like something that'd be in Amish country.
Did you ever, back in the day when you never mind, this is bad. You ever been hogging before?
No.
Okay. All right. On April 18th.
I almost said something really bad, but
No,
I
that's
didn't say
fine.
it. No, it's okay.
9 years after he was released here,
Okay.
he kidnapped his daughter from a buggy and held her for 5 days. That following December, he was sentenced to 6 months probation and fined $500 after pleading no contest in October to interfering with the custody of 17-year-old Mary. Now, on January 14th, 2011, Gingrich was found hanged in a barn in Cambridge Springs, Pennsylvania, where he had been living with his attorney. He wrote, quote, "Forgive me, please, in the dust, atop a bucket before committing suicide." The only Amish man to ever be charged. Well, I guess involuntary manslaughter.
Well deserved.
Well deserved.
Well deserved.
So that begs the question, Rob Dog.
Okay.
Would you ever fuck an Amish guy?
No, that's not. I'm good. Too much bush for me.
Another segment we haven't done in a long time. How big was it?
Oh, okay.
Sam Mullet Sr., the leader of the Burgall settlement.
Okay.
Let's pull up his picture real quick for
Okay,
you.
yeah. Well, I need a visual.
Let's pull it up for you.
Oh, man.
He's an ugly fucker, isn't
Yeah, just Papal with an Amish beard. Let's see here. He had a little shriveled wiener.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think he had a fucking hog leg, buddy. Look at him right there.
He kind of looks like Freddy Krueger.
Look how low his pants are. It's because he got a big old dick.
Maybe. They seem
Yeah.
kind of baggy in the crotch region, though.
Yeah.
He may be a grower, not a shower, though.
Horse dick, for
Okay,
sure.
yeah, I could see that.
Look how nice his beard is, though.
It's pretty glorious, man.
It is.
It's almost Gandalf level.
It is. Now, a lot of people reached out this week. They said, we did double back and listen to you at 3/4 speed, and it was absolutely wonderful.
Oh, man, yeah, a lot of people said they were dying during that part.
There was
I think, personally, we went on with that bit a little bit too long.
No, it's fine. I think it was perfect.
Okay.
Right at the brink of too much and not enough.
Okay.
I think it was perfect.
I'll take your word.
If you would like to listen to us at 3/4 speed, fucking do it. We can't stop you.
No.
And if you do like it, come back. Try it again.
Fuck it.
We like having you here.
Just don't listen. Don't listen at all. It'll make you feel even better.
God, yeah. Well, that concludes our Amish Go Bad,
Yeah.
Amish Gone Bad episode. A lot of fun stuff in there.
Pretty sexy.
I'll give you guys the memo right now. Next week is a Patreon-sponsored episode for Wyatt Rucker.
All right.
We're going to be doing the Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah, that's right. It's going to be real spicy.
True, real, fake, aliens, demons, monsters,
Triangle,
occult,
circle.
true crime. We're the Bro Ohio Podcast. Wait.
I think so.
Yeah.
Aren't we?
Animal fights.
Oh, shit.
Animal fight! Animal fights! We haven't done animal fights in a really long time.
Jesus, it's been
Years.
really long time.
Got me thinking.
14 years or so.
They found a fucking crocodile
Okay.
here in a river in Ohio.
Yeah, they did.
Just about a month or so ago.
People having pets that they don't fucking know how to handle.
Crocodile in an Ohio freshwater river.
Yeah.
We don't have crocodiles. We don't have gators in Ohio.
No, we don't. Too damn cold.
So it got me thinking. So we got to think about these animal fights again.
Okay.
Bunch of bad motherfuckers, you know?
You're right.
Stuff that'll never happen. So I'm trying to think of something really good for you, Rob Dog. How
Okay.
about a chimpanzee versus a Kodiak bear?
Bear.
Whoa, man.
Yeah, I'm going bear.
Don't you remember when we did the episode where the chimpanzee ripped the fucking lady's face off?
Yeah. I'm not... Trust me, a chimpanzee I would almost put over anything, but a bear with as heavy as it is, and them fucking claws...
I think chimpanzee's got thumbs, though. Think about that rear
That's
naked
true.
choke.
It can hold weapons. Give that thing a samurai sword,
Guns?
that bear's fucked.
That dickhead Ned, he drove a goddamn tow truck.
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
Bubbles?
No,
Bubbles?
It wasn't Bubbles.
I know. That's the one Michael Jackson fucked.
That's, yeah. Come here, Bubbles.
Bubbles?
So you're taking the Kodiak
Man,
bear over the
I'm
chimpanzee.
taking the bear. Yeah.
That's a good one, though.
Yeah, it's
It'd be
really
a good
good.
fight. I think it would be a gallant effort by the chimpanzee, but I think in the end, the Kodiak bear would get the teeth in the chimpanzee.
Yeah, it's
snap
going for
in
the
half.
neck.
Yeah. You think of anything off the top of your head without any preparation at all?
No, but I will tell you something really fun that I saw yesterday.
Sure.
We were coming in from the grocery, and we seen a spider web in the corner of our garage door, and what caught our eye was that there was a caterpillar in said web,
Yeah.
and it was flipping out, trying to get the fuck out, and there was a spider right above it, and the spider kept bitch smacking it. And this caterpillar was flopping around.
Go to sleep.
Flopping around, and the spider got to the point where he was just about to start wrapping him, and the caterpillar fell free.
Oh, really?
All the way down to the ground.
The fucking circle of life.
Man.
And it soothes your soul.
That spider thought he was about to have a good lunch.
It's the circle.
So then I went and picked up the caterpillar and threw him back in the web.
You piece of
No,
shit.
I didn't. I
dude.
really didn't.
You're such a piece of shit, man.
No, I really didn't. But yeah.
Thank you guys so much for listening.
Yeah, thank you guys very much.
It's been a wonderful weekend.
Oh, yeah. Love you.
Oh, before we go,
Okay.
I fucking hate the Bengals, okay? I just want to
Okay.
get it out there.
Okay.
They looked really good today.
I didn't even watch.
They looked really bad today. They looked really good, really bad.
Okay.
I'm going to fucking kill myself with the Bengals. I hate this shit. Call me love, Rob.
Love you.